Playing another league of Blue-Black Mill to celebrate Twitch partnership. This deck is sweet. Let's shred some libraries. 1 card at a time, or 10 at a time. Depending how lucky we are. Yikes. Triple Island. I don't think this is a keep, sadly. Can't cast our spells. This is fine. We're gonna be cracking this fetch land, so it doesn't matter what we keep on top, but Mill is burn, but your opponent's on 60 life. Your burn spells deal 13 though. This hand is crab. Oh, that's kind of great. Back up the Inquisition, see what's going on. Oh god. If they have Through the Breach and Emrakul in their deck, I am gonna tilt so hard. It really is, VT. It really is. It's just the dream. I mean, they can never meet Mill, except if they have Through the Breach and Emrakul, and then we're doomed. Yeah, this hand is not ideal. I'm not arguing with you about this, BT. I agree completely. We also have time, though. Time is great. Do I just want to exile the Snapcasters? Probably. If they're not playing Through the Breach, it's like the best card in their deck. If they are playing Breach, we're probably just doomed with this hand anyway. Look at us taking a Snapcaster from their hand. So lucky. Oh no! We were meant to leave that in the yard. I can't control Z it. We're meant to leave it in... I can control Z it. I meant to leave it in the yard because of Visions of Beyond. If they don't have any yard interaction. So they have Remand, Electrolyze, Cryptic. And they have no yard interaction. They have a Blood Moon we can never beat. Selena with the 2-month free sub. Thank you so much for the continued support. Everyone get some hearts in chat for our continued Night of Autumn. They have Thing in the Ice in their deck. That's sweet. Alright. Well, about Snapcasters, they don't have a whole lot going on. Okay. I don't think I cycled this Visions yet. I feel like this game's gonna go on a while. We can Visions later. Yeah, I think you like missed a month at one point, Selene, and it dropped the chain. But it's now building back up again, which is good. This game is gonna be super long. It really is. You're not wrong. I can almost discard this to gain 2 life, but they have Thing in the Ice in their deck. They're just gonna remand this. They have to get through the remand at some point, though. Now we sit behind the Cryptic. That's a good Jace the Mind Sculptor. They have become the mill deck. Jace is so good against us. They just get to leave bad cards on top. Oh, and then when we mill them, we feel really awkward. I'm still gonna do this. Maybe this is the Resolve Brutality turn to take the Cryptic. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, this feels rough for us, VT. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, with the 0, they get to like leave bad cards on top though, so if we mill them, they like just get fetch lands all the time essentially. We don't have a needle or anything like that. Yeah, exactly, Shop. We're just dead to Blood Moon. I have 0 interest in trying to beat Blood Moon. Agree completely. We may have brought a mildly pointy stick to a gunfight. I suspect you are not that wrong. Need to get through this Cryptic at some point. Might as well do it now. Maybe next time we draw a mill spell and get to go mill into visions. Alright, Brutality down. There are 16 cards in the yard now. We're like almost at the point of being able to Ancestral. Hey Bobbin, good to see you. Alright, now things get real awkward. They did figure out we're Dobbs. We've encountered a slight issue with Mill, which is the matchups are all very lopsided. Did they leave on top? They left a card on top though. Caius. It's not great. I like that they're filling up their yard for us. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I get to Fatal Push this, and there are 19 cards in yard then. Almost have an Ancestral Recall. Yeah, Ancestral is how we do this, I agree. I have a suspicion this is getting countered. Or remanded. Ooh. Now I get to resolve my Ancestral. We left the Snapcaster Mage in the yard. It's actually paying off here. Alright. Mesmeric Orb also means the Jace Plus can't keep us off cards anymore. Because if they leave something on top, it just gets milled. We're actually kind of almost in this. Milled a Cryptic. Milled an Abrade. Oh, maybe they have an Abrade in hand and that's why they left it on top. Yeah, we haven't milled a moon yet, which is very scary, Kimalian. I agree. A braid, my mill deck's one true weakness. Yeah, we've had Inquisition to help clear the way, but obviously that doesn't help against Cryptic Command. Though if they Cryptic us, that's 4 cards. 4 cards deeper into their deck because of the Mesmeric Orb. Yikes. It's just got harder. They have no way to search their library now because of the moon. Yeah, Trap is nice, but because of the moon, I don't think there's any way they even end up searching their library, is the problem. Okay, the burn spells don't matter at all. There was like a moment earlier in the game where we could have maybe tried to field for an island. Obviously that wouldn't quite help enough here though. So I guess we need to draw 2 islands. And have our opponents not draw a counter. We won game 1 against the Through the Breach deck, Bobbin, which I was astonished by. But we ended up losing both post-board games because they boarded in for Surgical Extraction. Which meant we could never Surgical Extraction their... We're just 100% dead now. We could never Surgical Extraction their Emrakuls, because they would just Extraction their Emrakul that's in the yard in response. Which just made the matchup go from like tough to like stone unbeatable. Alright. What do we want here? We want... probably just want more of this sort of stuff because they're like light on win conditions. Take these to help push through the counter spells. Okay, take out pushes, probably take out bridges too. Murderous Cut's okay against Clique if that ever sneaks through, so maybe it's not the worst. All of this seems garbo though. I'll Set Adrift for Walkers and Moon, that's a good point. We probably want the Echoing Truth too, on the same basis. Crabs die to Bolt, that's fair. We could take them out. Just ward in the 4th Extirpate. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, they still have Fang. So I kind of want some removal. Maybe I do have to keep a couple pushes. I definitely agree on boarding out Crabs though. They seem really unexciting. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep in a couple pushes. I'm going to keep the cut because it really cleanly kills Vendilion Clique. This is awkward but fine. Yeah, Mike, it's so exciting. Really feels like my hard work is paying off, which is great. Right. What are we taking here? There's a mission briefing on our extraction. Both are very medium. I'm going to take the briefing though. It is awkward that this hand sucks against Blood Moon, but I think Blood Moon's pretty hard for us to beat regardless. Oh, I would in fact describe myself in exactly that manner, Mike. I'm glad you know me so well. Oh my god. Ooh. Colored mana is nice. Casting spells confirmed, great. So just run out this orb. Hope they don't have a braid. And then this should do some decent work at powering up our ancestral recalls. Like how we just undid their scry. Place field and colorless permanent, indeed. Oh boy. Well, that makes things more challenging. We need a fatal push. Alright. I can play that in Unified. I might try it out. I kind of liked that deck already. And, it's definitely a lot... His update definitely makes it look a lot better, too. Like, Swift Spears seem like the exact card the deck wanted, honestly. Literally the perfect card. So... Right, I think I'm just going to take the Snapcasters. His sideboard also seemed way better. Not having to play a stupid Watery Grave in your deck seems really, really good. Oh yeah, I actually watched the entire top 8 for once. I don't normally get to, because I normally go to sleep by that point, but I ended up watching the entire top 8, and the games against Brad were like the whole top 8 was great, honestly. Oh, we didn't do it draw step? Yeah, I suck. You're right, Kamalian. Punt. So they have Cryptic, Not, Bolt, Negate, Opt, Snare. So I think we're dead. Which is not terribly surprising. This matchup seems horrific. But we really want to face like combo decks, and some of the aggro decks are pretty good for us, some of the mid-range decks are. It depends on how they're built. Well, this deck tends to murder the combo decks because of all the extraction effects. Interesting. That gets us real close to these ancestrals working. It's actually nice. Yeah, it was a really fast top 8. I can imagine that happening, Max. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, thing encounters. Yeah, we're probably just meant to have all 3 pushes in. This card is really threatening. I mean, they have a negate in hand, but we have to get through it at some point, so we can resolve this mission briefing. There are a lot of ways for this to go wrong for us. I think I'm meant to pass priority and hope they cast an opt, because then I can flash back the trap to ensure that I can have these be ancestrals, and then maybe we have a chance. Alright, so they're gonna negate this. Which makes the thing pretty scary. But now we get to briefing back the trap. That ensures that these are ancestrals. Interesting. Surgical doesn't do anything here because we just need to beat this thing. The mission briefing helps us get towards flashing back a fatal push maybe. Though we know they have a spell snare in hand. The snare's going to be a problem at some point regardless. Oh cool. I'm glad you enjoy the deck. Yeah, briefing does get snared, but the snare's going to hit us at some point. Oh, we're going to mill them. You're right. So we just want to leave cards on top. Because we're going to mill ourselves with the orbs. That makes sense. Fire this off. They go to 21 cards. They're going to mill 6 more here. Racing this this thing is not going to be easy. But we have 2 draw frees in hand. They're through negate and opt. Alright, they drew another opt, which is very good for them. Yeah, that's true, Mike, that's true. We could decide to draw them with an upkeep ancestral. Right, they might just go for aggressively flipping the thing here. Bolt us, attack us for 7. And then they are 1 point off killing us the turn after. Guess they can also just do this. Do you play Is It Phoenix at your RPTQ next weekend? I actually think that deck's... Ross's updated list looks a lot nicer than his previous list. So I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to do, by any means. Oh my god, they don't have a dispel, they die. I'm going for it. I'm just going to take my chance here. They don't have dispel, they are dead. And we get to fire off the visions first to bait the dispel. Yeah, I can use the visions for the dispel. This is so nice. We're actually racing the thing in the ice, potentially. Yeah, we can change phase. Exactly. Yeah, they have a logic knot, but alright, cast my Visions of Beyond. They let this resolve, I believe they are dead. It is like super suspicious that we fielded them, so I could understand them letting this resolve. Interesting. Well, no time like the present. That's reasonable. Opponent's smart. They knew that the field meant we had a trap. Makes a lot of sense. Alright. Guess we passed the turn. We're dead to a bolt. They only have 1 left in their deck though. Guess we're also dead to Electrolyze. Yeah, I don't think the land makes any difference, Bobbin. There is a world in which we're meant to visions and just, oh, for Moon. It makes a difference for Blood Moon, true. That's actually relevant, potentially. Alright. This is scary. Well, you know they have a Logic Knot in hand, so we need 2 lethal spells. Oh, but if they cast the Logic Knot, they get milled for 6. Which is real close to dead. That's the second lethal spell, but we don't have 4 mana. So I guess I have to draw 3 and see where that leads me. Yeah, we're gonna be short. That's kind of sad. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. They have a snare in hand as well that we know about. We can Shelldock into Fatal Push. That uses up all our mana exactly like one of these would. So I don't think that changes anything, does it? We were like real close to winning this game. Like if this fetch land just made mana, we would have won. It's really interesting. Alright. Well, that matchup seemed awful. Let's face some Tron. Yeah, we were looking at lethal, Mike. Alright. Let's less cryptic commands, more chromatic stars is the plan. Would like to have my opponent go turn 1 chromatic star. Doesn't matter what land it's off. Thanks, Caius. Have a good evening. What about if opponent goes Hallowed Fountain Chromatic Star? I'd be a bit confused. They wanted more cyclers in their battle. Oh my god. The worst thing about playing against Battle Witzes with Mill is you might be halfway through your deck before you find out they have an Emrakul in their deck. This is a great hand. Jeez. Easy keep. It's probably Dredge. Ooh, Blood Crypt. Never mind. Some sort of Mardu or Jund deck. It was a nice hand until my opponent had their way with it. Alright, I'm gonna pass with Polluted Delta up. I'm gonna like push a Pyromancer here. Means we get less value off a top decked crab, but I'm fine with that. Alright, look at me holding the Fatal Push. Goodbye, young Peasy. You will be missed. Milling the Bedlam Reveler opponent is a tad awkward. Don't know if I meant to wait on it for like a turn or two. I really want to get these Ancestrals online soon though. It's like the other thing. I think I can glimpse them next turn instead. I think. If they fort seize the glimpse, it's so bad for us though. We just like never get anything going then. Put them to 13 cards. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn, but I'm not 100% on this. Just like wait a turn on our mill turn. Oh, that's true. That's true, Callum. A Reveler here isn't much value. Yeah, and this is the nightmare scenario. It's like lose our glimpse and now we can't fill up their yard. How did Sunday end up? Poorly. It went like 2 and 4, which is not the dream. I think this game's gonna go long enough. I kinda want to hold on to the visions. You went 0-2 and got to have a Sunday. It's not like the worst plan ever. I'm gonna fire 1 off. I'm not convinced it's correct, but alright. Not the worst. Could hold up briefing push. Now we get to briefing glimpse them though. Yeah, I went 2-4. I feel like I was running pretty poorly. The list I played on Sunday, I'm like 16 and 4 online with. I just had like lots of mulliganing to 6 and lots of like missing on coin flips. Like a bunch of times where I'd keep like a 1-lander on 6 because it was really strong if I draw the second land, and it's really hard to justify going down to 5 cards of a black-green deck and then like missing on it. Yeah, it was the same for me, BT. Like, tournament didn't go great, but hanging out with people was awesome, so I can't really complain. Had a good time. I think I'm just gonna yard both of these. We're gonna choose Glimpse. Fire this off. Then we're really close to having our Ancestrals online. If they cast a Reveler, they lose like a million cards from their hand. And the Lingering Souls aren't terribly threatening, so I don't really mind them having access to those. Oh my god, Max. Ooh. This also gets our visions even closer to being online. Jeez, that's so good for us. That's like absurd for us. It's actually absurd. So I now get to go Field of Ruin you. Draw free, draw free. Nice. I'm so happy right now. If I surgical them, my next ancestral isn't immediately online. I guess I could just surgical them now and pay 2 life for this. Yeah, these draws have been good. Agree. I think I'm just gonna ancestral and then surgical them. Take like the Lingering Souls. Denies them Reveler triggers here. This is nice. If I draw step it, I could hit one they draw for turn, but there's only 1 left in their deck, and this way I discard less cards. Seems fine. Blood Moon. We're actually weirdly good against that card at the moment. It's a good one to know about though. Collective Brutality is not too bothersome. Ooh, the old white lightning bolts. There's a pair of lilies. They're playing 2 Colligan's Command. They're playing 2 Blood Moons, 1 Chandra. Cool. Nothing else unusual. Get rid of the stupid Darkslick Shores. Alright. We are better at drawing 3 than our opponent is, apparently. Deal. Resolves. So I can mill them, then Crypt Incursion them. Oh, then they get to Brutality this, which is pretty heartbreaking. I think I just want to Orb, and then Incursion, and not let them take my Crab. The other option is I go Brutality, Incursion, Crab. I think I like that the most. Yeah, I like that the most. So we go 2 modes, Drain you, Duress you. Get to take this Brutality. Discard a Mountain. Tomalex with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for becoming a Knight of Autumn. I appreciate you. Everyone get some hearts in chat for Tomalex. Ooh, they have Lightning Bolt too. I'm just taking the Brutality though. Support means a ton to me, Tomalex. Thank you. Alright, mill you. I guess I could Incursion here, but now they don't have the Brutality to take the Incursion. So I think I want to get the Orb going as soon as possible. Then I can Incursion next turn. Even if they draw a discard spell for this, we have the mission briefing. Why is that bolt white bordered? Because Modo things. Also, a reminder to everyone who has Amazon Prime that you have a free Twitch Prime sub, which you should definitely use on a streamer of your choice. Doesn't have to be me, but you know, I wouldn't complain. Trying to copy the Gab shield techniques. Shop knows what's up. Shop knows where I learned these tricks from. Alright, so they kind of have to bolt the Crab, I think. I know, it's really impressive. Whenever I see it happen, it's like something I have to get used to trying to do. My Crab! I love my Crab. I'm such a good Crab. Am I upkeeping this? I don't think I am. I guess I get to see what I mill first. I have a Glimpse in the yard. Huh. So I can't go Flashback Glimpse because I only have, what, 2 islands? So I guess I just draw here and fire off this Crypt Incursion to buy time. I hold the land for any future crabs. Late hearts. Thanks for the hearts, Lana. Hearts are always appreciated, even if they are a bit late. How much life are we even gaining? We're not even gaining that much. They don't have that many creatures. Fatal Push too strong. Ban Fatal Push. Are they milled another Lightning Bolt? I think I still want to do this to be safe. Just like play things super safe and gain life before they can draw more bolts. Maybe this is wrong though. It's gonna buy us a lot of time. Not having a third island is weirdly awkward here. Oh, Colligan's Command? They've already milled both their Colligan's Commands. They only have 2 in their list, apparently. Alright. At some point soon I might just have to fire up this briefing. I don't think I'm doing it quite yet though. The second orb might honestly mill us before our opponent if we're not careful. I think next turn I'm casting the briefing, so I want to find an archive trap to kill them. Like a bit awkward if they have a discard spell off the top, but oh, we could just briefing the Murderous Cut. That's true. Buys us a lot of time. It's so hard for them to reassemble a clock. I could see that being the case. I'm gonna see what we see off the mission briefing, but then I'll probably do that. It's like a bit awkward if they have the 4th Reveler though. Both of these, if I put them to my graveyard, I'm 2 cards further into the deck. That's... Oh, I can briefing the cut, kill this, surgical this. I kind of like that. So I leave this on top, because I'm going to mill it next turn. I think it's pretty hard for them to kill me if I remove the final Reveler from the deck. They're like on Chandra or bust, pretty much. Thanks, Mr. Spear. Appreciate it. I'm super, super happy it ended up happening. Been wanting it for ages. So exciting. Oh, they did mill the Chandra. Yeah, it's just going to be almost impossible for them to beat this, I think. Although we're getting milled out first by our orbs. Huh. So we need to find a mill spell. It's actually Mr. Spear. I have clarified this in the past. Alright, we need to find a mill spell. Before we die. You think we want them to draw and cast Reveler? That is plausible. They have Bolt Looting in hand. Because it gets them through like 7 cards. I just don't know how they ever kill us in time though. With any card other than Reveler. Alright, we need to draw a trap or a glimpse. We currently have a lot of them in our deck though. We've seen 1 trap and 1 glimpse. So in our 18 cards we have 3 of each. Gas. Alright, I think this puts us ahead on clock. So now we just wait and they die before us. Boarding this matchup is a bit weird. They have like braids for these. I think the bridges are not very good, most likely. The Knight of Souls Betrayal was clearly absurd. Damnation is good. They're really threat light, so the surgicals are like surprisingly okay, I think, even though it's a fair matchup. I just feel like we're gonna run into K Command at some point anyway, so maybe the bridges are fine from that perspective. I could see that being the case. I think Crab is the worst. I think we just board out of bolt targets and accept that we have to like slog through Colligan's commands, but that's not the end of the world. Do something like this. Like, we have Inquisitions to take K commands if need be. I think this is fine. Possible we want a Set Adrift for Blood Moon as well. Echoing Truth for tokens. Oh, that's kind of legit. Ooh, thanks, Holman. I'll actually take a quick look at that. I looked at it beforehand, but it was much less filled in at the time. Is Mardu on here? Alright, he hasn't added Mardu, so I need to cut a card. The brutality's not great. Honestly. Let's do this. Bolt out of the crabs, so they can't bolt our crabs down, or like brutality them. Colligan's command's going to be an issue versus our artifacts, but I don't think we can board around that. Wow, opponent is a champ. Boarded up to 66 cards. Gas. Kinda love it. Opponent with the technology. This hand is... I don't really want to mulligan against the Thoughtseize deck is the problem. Our spells here are pretty good. Oh wow, 66 cards is so good against Shelldock Isle. Shelldock Isle is basically a spell, apart from like the existence of Blood Moon. I don't know. It's possible I meant to mulligan this. I think I'm gonna keep. What could possibly go wrong? Indeed. It's just so hard to mulligan like somewhat functional hands against the Inquisition of Kozilek Thoughtseize deck, you know? Like, you're just gonna lose all your cards anyway, and be forced to play off the top of the deck anyway, so... It's entirely possible I meant to go, like, basic, field for a basic before a Blood Moon can come down. Or, like, get 2 basics and just accept this is coming in tapped later, but that's fine. So now we leave ourselves really cold to Blood Moon, when we don't really have to. I'm sure I'm about to be punished for it. Oh my god, Gavrov, it's been approved. That makes me so happy. So everyone, we now have our second emote, which Gavrov is blessing the stream with. Because people get really fed up of me waiting around, figuring out whether I should attack or not, or whether I should cast the spell or not. And we're constantly telling me to just jam. So... here we are. That's so cool. I was wondering how long that would take to get uploaded. You're the first person to mess it up. Oh my god. You love the wait around time to cast ratio we have. I'm glad someone does. I'm glad someone appreciates it. Oh, they missed their land drop. What is it like? Well then. I guess we know what we're doing. Time to try and snipe with the surgical. I actually want to get an island and pay life, almost. To play around Blood Moon, but I guess I'm just getting a swamp. So tempting to get an island, so that I can have double blue if a Blood Moon hits. Yeah, double swamp is real rough. It's like 2 spells in the deck that require that, and there's loads of double blue. I think I'm just gonna pay the 2 life. This might be incorrect, but I think this plays better against Blood Moon, which has value. Since we're actually fairly ahead at the moment, I feel like. With like the surgical about to dismantle their hand a bit. Alright, what are we taking? I have to look at the yard a sec. So there's 2 revelers in the yard. There are 2 lootings, 2 pyromancers, but they clearly don't have a pyromancer in hand. Yeah, I think I like taking Reveler or Faithless Looting. I think I agree. I'm not sure which. Yeah, they can start flashing back souls. I guess that's actually problematic. We don't have that faster clock available to us. It's actually weirdly problematic. Leaving them with looting and Reveler sucks, but we just don't have that much of a clock at the moment. So I think I have to take the souls just to stop them like getting some bodies on board here. That is a hand. Alright, I'm gonna make a note here. So I think I would have taken the Reveler if I hadn't taken the souls. So we're like a bit punished, but yeah, they don't have double red for Reveler, which is also good. Oh yeah, take the one from the yard. I'll do that in a sec. Thank you. Boop. This means Visions is not live currently, which is a bit awkward, but maybe they fire off this Inquisition somehow. Yeah, they have a Hazaret. This is wild. Alright, there goes the Inquisition. Nice. Use this to get a use this to get another island, and then we have triple blue and black, I guess. Against Blood Moon. They can't cast the Blood Moon next turn, so I'm probably meant to get a shock land down tapped there though. It's also like, if I draw Knight of Souls Betrayal, I want to cast it rather than getting it discarded, so I can't even crack this fetch land here regardless. So you have Push, Reveler, Hazaret, Wear Tear. So I guess I wait on this Inquisition. But I make their discard dead by just firing it off, and I think the Wear Tear is a nice thing to take. I'm just going to fire this off. Colligan's command, right. Alright, I can go get another island here. Yeah, the longer they brick on lands, the better it is for us, for sure. Alright, I could play this to play around discard, and then they just tear it. Wear it, rather. And I have some discard left in my deck, so I think I'm going to wait on the bridge. There's no need to play it quite yet. Pyromancer. Right, perfect draw. Oh my god, we're kind of doing it. No! God damn it. Huh. It's so rough if they... It's kind of hard to beat them drawing a land at the moment anyway, unless you draw a mill spell is the thing. So it's kind of tempting just to take this and play this, and hope we draw a mill spell within like 2 turns. Take the command. Yeah, commanding back Campbell is an issue for sure. Even with a bridge in play, that's an issue. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. It's really rough though. They do have a hideaway bridge. I'm a bit away from casting it though. I think I'm not meant to play this because then they get a token off of their wear tear and increase their clock. It's a good one. So I want to go briefing, Inquisition, the wear tear, play a bridge. And then they have like 2 answers in the deck left to bridge. Or I can briefing a Glimpse, just a mill 10, which also seems fine. This gets us real close to Shelldock then. Oh, I can briefing Visions. Yeah, that's a bit better. Good point, well presented. That is a bit better. Oh my god, a fatal push. I guess I would like to keep this on top for my Ancestral to draw. Hey Daniel, good to see you. Oh my god, this hand. This is great. This is just great. I'm gonna wait on this stuff because next turn I'm gonna briefing back the Inquisition. Oh, you think we should just play the Orb for the mill one? Oh, and then if they shatter it, yeah, I guess if they shatter it, that's great for us. Yeah, I agree. You are correct. Thanks, Balloon. Or Balloone. Appreciate it. Mill a land. Yes. Opponent cursing me right now. Mill the land. I guess they drew a Faithless Looting, so now they're going to find their lands, but we're in a real good spot here. We flashback Glimpse, and then we have access to 2 bridges. I probably want an upkeep stop. My plan is flashback Glimpse. Ooh, flashback Archive Trap is even better. I'm going to leave these on top because of my Mesmeric Orb. Milled 3 traps. That's a bit awkward, for sure, but... I kind of just want to leave these on top because I'm worried about decking myself as my Mesmeric Orb. Yeah, we're drawing one of these. We're drawing this. We can draw a Surgical, which is fine though. We draw Surgical and then we can take the Revelers. Honestly, I don't mind my opponent casting Reveler. That sounds kind of great for me. Just like... I'm still just going to keep the Surgical. I just don't want to mill a card. I think one of the ways we lose this is like decking before our opponent by bricking on mill spells. Yeah, opponent might wear the orb, that's true. That's true. Fair point. I might honestly exile the Hazards. Hazards are kind of problematic. I guess, yeah, if they go where into land Hazoret, that's a really fast clock. Yeah, we have 2 bridges. They also get to start discarding cards to the Hazoret, though, is the thing. Which I think matters also. We could have Daniel. That's a fair point. That's probably better. And then we get to make a bridge. Yeah, you're correct. We could have done that. Right, hit the Hazarets. Oh, did they discard a Hazoret when I wasn't looking? Yeah. Well, that's good for us. I don't think they can win anymore. Yeah, they literally can't win anymore, right? If we empty our hand next turn. So I guess this is fine, despite my slight punt there. Like, they can't beat Double Bridge with their deck at the moment. Yeah, they can't remove any bridges anymore. We can even Damnation if we draw a land here. And that is fine. To make sure a Goblin token doesn't hit us. I think they didn't have enough burn in their deck. They had 5 points, right? They had a Bolt and a Brutality left. Yeah, they had 1 Bolt left and 1 Brutality. That is also a good draw. As it happens. Awesome. 1-1 with Mill. Right. Yeah, that was a good game. Agree. That was fun. I'm going to go get some water. Pop to the bathroom. And then we'll get into our third match with Mill. Currently 1-1. Struggled against the control deck, but on our way up. Let's hop into our third match. Sounds pretty great. Milling people is just delightful. It's just a complete delight. Alright, let's hop in. Opponent is also 1-on-1. Oh my gosh, this one's actually like pretty far off good. It's like 3 lands away from good. Yeah, more this one. But this hand does not mill very much, but it doesn't need much to be good. It's like a single mill spell and we get to buy it back with the briefing. You're so close to just taking this deck to the Invitational. The deck's pretty delightful. The matchups it wins very convincingly, which is like definitely an upside to it. I think I'm just gonna play this. If they're on Storm, we can kill their Dork. Otherwise, we get to save some life on a Watery Grave. Yeah, the Phoenix decks can be pretty tough. I don't think they're like awful matchups, but they're pretty tough to play and like not the easiest. They're not like, they're unfavorable and they're very tough to play, which kind of adds up. Like the decisions are really tight. There are like a bunch of weird times when you choose not to mill your opponent, which is very strange. Yes, depending on what deck they're on, we maybe just like fire off 2 of these. If they're on Storm, we can continue to hold up push. Otherwise, we get to mill 26. Must admit, I'm not excited to be playing against another blue-red deck if they're not on Storm. They Storm for sure. Like, probably, but the Scalding Tarn, most people are playing fetchless at the moment, right? So, Scalding Tarn could mean they're not on Storm, potentially. It's definitely not everyone that's playing fetchless. Just like most people. Because of Caleb Share being such a like big influencer on the deck. Alright, opponent. That feeling when I have more time than opponent for the first time in my life. Rare occurrence. Interesting. Opting before fetching. This is like a tiny bit suspect. I don't know. Not cracking the fetch land. now I just get to fire off this Fatal Push. Maybe Mill's just been so popular online that this is like a tell for Mill, but... yeah, I'm wondering about that, Amy. Well, I know end step push, because if they crack this fetch, I want to briefing plus trap. And I'm not convinced that they're not, intentionally not cracking the trap to not play into our briefing. Alright, cool. This is all really weird. Anyway, get some cards. I guess they could be on the Blue-Red Phoenix deck. Giving them Phoenixes is rough, but I also want my Ancestor online. This is like a bit risky. Yeah. I mean... it's obviously not ideal. One trap is enough. I think I'm gonna go for a second. Nice. The old Visions Bridge combination deck. I think I still want the bridge. No bridge. Why not bridge? Just use Visions to dig for glimpses. It's like reasonable. I don't know. Kinda want the bridge. I guess we're taking 6 next turn, and then we're like kind of in burn range. Yeah, I kind of want to keep the bridge, I think. I guess shop. I don't know, we're not guaranteed to hit another Phoenix. We're like maybe 30-ish%, 40-ish. This is like 40 to 50 in reality, but I just don't know how else we win here is the problem. Like, I guess we just untap and cast our bridge. But I worry that just like casting the bridge and not milling them leaves us in a position where like we're just gonna lose to burn spells. I don't know. How many bolts are we through? We're through 2 bolts. I will say these matchups always feel really awkward when you don't have access to a surgical effect. Maybe the bridge just isn't even good. They have Faithless looting to dig for more lightning bolts. It might be that the bridge just isn't good. It's tough. Yeah, for sure, Kay. Phoenix deck's going to be very popular in Liverpool, I expect, if people can get it together in time. It's like a really sweet deck, and it had success. And like, so many people are hype about Arclight Phoenix. It's just like, clearly the best Arclight Phoenix shell we've seen so far. By a lot. Yeah, the Phoenixes cost a lot at the moment. for sure. How's black-green? I haven't faced a Phoenix deck once with it freed. Like, not actually joking. I don't know that I faced the Phoenix deck once. Actually, that's not true. I faced one of the really garbage Steamkin Phoenix decks. And I ended up losing to it, but I think my draws were pretty awkward. Interesting. Like, I think, so we're like 16-4 with my black-green list. I think a quarter of those losses essentially are to the Steepkin deck. Crackling Drake resolves. Yeah, the problem is if you don't have a surgical, the game is really tough. So even though you have main deck answers to the Phoenixes, that isn't like necessarily enough, right? Because the games where you don't draw them, you're just like screwed. Well, drawing 2 visions was kind of the worst. I kept the other one on top and I'm now regretting it. Alright, this is good. If we find another glimpse, they die. If we find an orb... Did we need to cast the visions? Wanted to cast the visions. Is that the same? We can actually get ourselves under hand size here. I guess I cast Glimpse first and see what happens. Because if we mill their bolt, we can play this slow. We milled the bolt. Alright, I'm gonna be a very obnoxious person and look up the deck list that Ross played so I know how much burns in it. So there's 3 gut shots, 4 lightning bolts. And we threw both Swift Spears, right? Yeah. Was there Fiery Tempers? He wasn't playing Fiery Tempers anymore, he cut those. So there are 3 gut shots in the list and we've milled 2. So I don't think we can die anymore. 1, 2... I think as long as we stay underneath hand size, we win. So I'm gonna mission briefing just to dump cards out of our hand. Yeah, for sure. That's the plan. In between like the Surveil and the Visions, we can look for lethal. I think Ross added like some spell piercers and stuff to the sideboard to help with the combo matchups. Ceremonious Rejections too. Because it was KCI that was one of the big problem decks for us, and Ceremonious Rejection helps a lot there. Oh, Remand. They do not play Remand unless... I will admit, I'm just assuming they're on Ross's exact 75, but it's possible they're not. Yeah, I should have played briefing on my turn. Agree. Has conceded the game. I've not even cast a spell for the bridge. I don't know. I'm still very, very weird about this opponent, but I don't think I'm going to do anything. Right, so definitely brooding in the bridge. Definitely brooding in an extraction. Yeah, there's a decent chance. I'm unsure. Echoing Truth. Oh, Echoing Truth's not bad against Phoenix, I guess. Do I want the third incursion? There's not that many creatures as part of the problem. Definitely want these. I don't know if I meant to bring in Extirpates too. Brutality's not the best. It's basically just like a bad duress in this matchup. Doesn't even necessarily kill Swift Spear. I think I'm just gonna cut the brutalities and then maybe cut the crabs. And do something like this. Seems reasonable to me, just like intuitively. Cut crabs because they're bad against bolts. Bring in some more interaction with the phoenixes. This hand is great. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this hand. They are ghosting. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate you. Felt like they were playing a bit weirdly, but they commented in chat on Modo yikes the moment I put the bridge on the stack. Why would they ghost? Because Magic Online offers prizes and they want to win more prizes. Alright. Archive, trap you. Arclight Phoenix, you say? Thanks, Mountain Mage. Appreciate it. Obviously super hyped to have been given this opportunity. Alright, you can get one out of the hand. Gas. I mean, they just want to win more prizes. It's like, whatever. It's very annoying, but... Right. Maybe they put it in surgicals. That makes sense. Fight over our surgicals. Yeah, this is my anti-ghost screen. A mighty Supreme Phantom. A spirit. Much like a ghost, in fact. I should have checked how many wing cons they have left. It's actually pretty relevant. It's very silly of me not to do that. Anyway, we're still in a good position regardless. Obviously this Swift Spear is going to get in for some damage. Thanks, Fitzluck. I've not actually settled on a 75 yet. I need to figure that out. I'm probably playing green-black. I could see myself playing Dredge though. It's between green-black and Dredge. Those are the two options. This is scary. That's Swiss Bears. You're gonna do work. Wow. Gas. God, Swiss Bear was the perfect addition to the blue-red deck. Ross is so smart. Yeah, exactly, Amy. People are gonna do it. You just have to be prepared when they decide to. I think Bant Spirits is like amazing Fitzlock. And I'm not like in love with blue-white control right now, so I think Bant Spirit seems like a good shout. Alright, that was a painful Swift Spear hit, let me tell you. Spooky things at Muck. Froden played a fetch land on turn 2, passed the turn, and then didn't crack it on our end step. Opted, didn't crack the fetch land, untapped. It was very strange. And then their username was found in the user list. Which is, you know, the additional factor. Right, this is a tough position. Like, I want Echoing Truth to Swift Spears, but I also want to hold up this mission briefing. It's actually really interesting. I should probably not be saying stuff like that. Oh my god. Interesting. They have a Dispel in hand. I assume. I mean, I still have to go for this, even if they have a Dispel. Yes. Pretty non-optional. God, I wish I knew the contents of the deck right now for this card. Should hide this. How many bolts are in that deck, you know? I'm gonna ditch it. Oh no, Fitzlock. Thank you so much. Returning as a Knight of Autumn. Appreciate you, appreciate the support. Means a lot to me. Everyone get some hearts in chat for Fitzlock. Also, oh my god, I'm so excited about the new emote. It's kind of gas. Oh no, it doesn't show up for me. I need to refresh. I can't do that while streaming, or I probably shouldn't. I guess I can just type it. Not exactly, but we saw their name in the users list, and like a couple of their plays were very weird. So Some of their comments in chat to me were a bit strange too. All just felt kinda spooky. Alright, 2 and 1. 2 and 1 with Mill. See if we can get a decent result out of this. We had like some good leagues, and then we won freed, and that was kind of heartbreaking. On our way up again though. This hand is nice too. The old Mill 13 into surgical. Just the dream. Couldn't really ask for more. If we draw a black source, we're going to mill them really quickly. Huh. Alert, alert. At least if they search for a Tron piece, we're in like an okay spot, maybe. We have to mise on what we hit. A tiny bit. Right, none of this really matters, just getting our tap plan down. Autumn 6, huh? Isn't that the truth? No. That's not a Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, the mana is really awkward for sure, Holman. That was strange, Michael. I don't really understand it. Agree. Probably means we're dead. Them not having to use a search effect is really awkward for us. Us not having a black mana. Now they get to like scrying and play the land immediately. Oh, we ended up resolving a mill 13k and winning the game pretty easily from there. Alright, this is awkward. Oh, they didn't want me to extract the star. Huh. Feel like if I extracted the star, they would be okay with that though. Because then I'm not threatening to extract a Tron piece at any point. Curious. Well, this game's gonna be hard to win. Interesting. Twitch partnership means a bunch of things. It means I get more remote slots. It means I get offered a bunch more opportunities. It means I potentially get paid more per sub after a certain point as well. Wow, the bog is so brutal. I don't believe we can win this game unless we draw a Field of Ruin, sadly. We do have a Fatal Push for the Blister, so I guess I'm letting that resolve and just hoping to draw a Black Source, since we need to draw a Black Source to win this game anyway. I guess that's the plan. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Like, this could be incorrect, but... Alright. Come on, opponent. Yeah, briefing lets you pay any variety of cost that you could do from your hand. So, like, you can pitch a blue card to your Force of Will to cast it with briefing. It's really sweet. Because it doesn't give it flashback, it just lets you cast it. Is it worth extracting the Ballista? Like, I have this Fatal Push in hand. It's like, maybe, but if I find a black source, I can push the Ballista and then start milling them. It could be that it's correct too, though. It's kind of tough. It does, Luke. It's awesome. The other thing is, if you buy back a spell with briefing, it goes to your hand. So if you, like, mission briefing your corpse stance will return to your hand when you use the buyback, which is just, like, awesome. It's so cool. That's a Ballista. So we need to find a push, which is fine. We need to find a black source, I mean, which is fine, because we need to find one anyway. Alright, interesting. I can cut them off Tron. I can cut them off Tron anyway. I don't need to do it in my upkeep. Also, if I saw a field, I wouldn't be able to activate it, so... Oh, then I get Trap. That's... Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I just wouldn't have enough mana for that Zachary. I should put this in my graveyard so I have more options for briefings in the future, rather than shuffling it in. I put this on top. And then I... Surgical a Tron land. Surgical the tower. And then I can kill the tower that's in play and they have no towers left. So I can remove the one remaining tower from their deck here, which is really nice. We're going to leave these in the yard because they have no way to recur them. And the cards in the yard could matter for visions potentially. Or like future surgicals. I guess the towers don't matter for future surgicals, but the cards in the yard, the towers in the yard could matter for visions. They don't have any recursion in their deck at the moment, the guy. Yeah, sometimes post-board they have a Crucible or a Loam, but neither of those are that common. Alright, so we just get to cut them off Tron here, which is really nice. And kill their Ballista. I did not update my notes on their hand because I'm silly. I'm just gonna hope it wasn't too important. Their deck doesn't really do much now anyway. I'm gonna kill them in a few turns. The old surgical before Field of Ruin somehow working out. Beating up Tron. It's the long con partner line. You see, I'm beating up on Tron so that people stop playing Tron, so that everyone else stops packing hate for Tron, and then I get to play Tron. The long con. This is all planned out. Well done on the top 8, by the way. Sorry you weren't able to convert. I'm glad it was a fun weekend. Getting to exile, you got to exile so many lands. Like, what more could you want? Just, you got to play Stone Rain Tribal. Who needs Tron if you want to play Goyf so much? Just play Black Rain. So someone asked me what I played yesterday. And I said that I played Tarmogoyf. And they responded by saying, considering I've put Tarmogoyfs in Tron, that doesn't really say very much. Which I found very amusing. Wow, that's actually just 2015. Jeez. Suicide Zoo taking over the meta. Tarmotron. Tarmotron's great. Love me some Tarmotron. Alright, now I get to make a Mesmeric Orb. No, that was a modern tournament local to me. At Axion now. It's pretty sweet. I did very poorly, but I had a lot of fun. Got to hang out with people. Okay, does this still work? I have no idea if this still works. I assume it does. Awesome, it does. That's great. Yeah, this is the same game where they didn't search. And they got Tron in play, but we exiled all the towers and then fielded their remaining tower. And so are now very easily winning. Oh my god. This bug is the most annoying thing on Magic Online. Sometimes it just randomly starts letting you type in your opponent's timer. Which means you can't F6 anymore, because whenever you press 6, it will just put a 6 in their timer. Normal MTGO things. Oh, it's a feature, not a bug, isn't that the truth? Alright, that was certainly a game that occurred. Let's bring in 5 more surgical effects. Beating up on Tron is the best. I'm sorry, Carnaline. I didn't mean it. It was quite rude, to be fair. You're not wrong. It was quite exceptionally rude. Aww. I'm just trying to make Tron good for you by stopping everyone from playing cards against Tron, because all the Tron players disappear. I'm just helping enact that cycle. So you set adrift their thing and then you mill them. It's adorable, Luke. It's actually adorable. This board plan is a bit soft to, like, turn 4 Thought-Knot-Seer, but, you know, can't beat everything. Ugin is gross. Ugin is so good. At GP Atlanta, I had a 3rd Ugin in my deck, because I was just, like, so impressed with the card. Especially against spirits. Because they have, like, Selfless Spirit against O-Stone, which is really obnoxious. Ugin is just, like, impossible for them, though. I've been super impressed with Ugin at the moment. Alright, come on, opponent. If it wasn't for the card Thoughtseize, you would have won the top 8 match too. You needed some more Thoughtseize bugs in your tournament, Carnaline. Our opponent is being, like, somehow even slower than I normally am. I am slow. Oh, this is real close to good enough. Suspect I'm mulliganing it. Thoughtseize is secretly a chittering rat half the time. Oh my god. Oh, I had that happen in a PTQ. I won 7 rounds in a row and then lost 3 rounds in a row. Like, 2 final rounds of the PTQ and then the quarterfinals. And the first loss and the 3rd loss were both to the same person. It was like, what is this? I'm really tempted to keep this, but I think I have to mulligan it, sadly. Alright, this is... needs an extraction effect, but we've got the archive trap. So I think I'm gonna keep... Huh. We really just need an extraction effect, but this turns on visions, so I'm gonna keep this too. Turning on visions is nice. That sounds incredibly satisfying, Shop. Extremely satisfying. Right, so they have Tron, but they don't really have anything else. Could take the Sphere to deny them green mana, or I could take the Stirrings, because it digs for a threat. Guess I'm just going to take the Sphere. That's kind of max greed. Like, absurdly max greed. Huh. Whatever. See you, Selene. Have a nice day. Hope you finish up the work okay. Alright, this is really smart. Cracking at main phase to play around us, drawing a trap. Very good play from opponent. Good thing we have 2 in our hand. So we want to draw an extraction effect off this Visions. It would be A+. No! Okay, we could still lose this. Definitely still lose this. No extraction effect to cut them off Tron. They have a threat too. No, 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 no. Ugh. Gross. Alright, this is bad. This is bad. Can't really deal with the Khan very easily. Playing the orb puts them to 21. Which I guess is what I want to do. Pretend Khan doesn't exist. I guess that's the plan. It's gonna chew through our hand a little bit. Alright, they're doing stuff. So yeah, like we have lethal in hand, it's just like casting this trap is kind of not in our hands. It's very dependent on what our opponent chooses to do. Have to cross our fingers a bit that they slip up. Replacement Khan? No! Urgh. Yeah. So this Stone Rain's another land, which is definitely a thing. Shelldock Isle, huh? I'm just gonna fire off this Glimpse here whilst I still have access to mana. I think. It's possible I meant to play the Shelldock Isle. I'm unsure. Because now we don't. If we play the Shelldock there, we force them to minus the Khan, which has some amount of value. We won game 1 BT, very convincingly. We didn't find an extraction effect this game though, before they could land Tron in play. So it might be going to a game 3. Remains to be seen. Opponent can still slip up. And we're still drawing live to like another Glimpse. They have another Khan in hand. Khan number 3. Oh, Ballista. This also makes Orb pretty good, right? I guess this just kills us next time. What am I talking about? Glimpse. They had an F6. They just ruined my... Huh. A one remaining removal spell was in fact on top of the deck all along. I'm kinda okay with this. I'm kinda okay with everything that's happening right now. Yeah, we have to cross our fingers the Shelldock is kind. Or that they don't have another threat. It's been a slightly strange game, Dokamoy. We have been stone rained 4 times with Khan. Just a lot of times to get stone rained. Oh no! This is so awkward. Hedron Crab is so weirdly awkward. I guess I was meant to get the Field of Ruin for this archive trap then. No. I was meant to get the Field of Ruin for the archive trap. I can play a Field of the Ruin, right? Yeah. That was really bad. I mean, it takes 2 turns to get guaranteed lethal, but the crab is not guaranteed lethal. Rip. They have another Ballista. Alright, so the field would not have been good enough. Regardless. Still just drawing to Glimpse. I guess we're also drawing to Mission Briefing. Just about. The perfect draw. So they can pump this twice, make it a 7/7. Yeah, we're alive off the chump just about. If they don't have a land. If they don't have a land, we're alive off the chump. Mine. Mine, mine. Power plants, power plant, power plant, tower, tower. So I can exile 1 tower from their deck. We don't know what's remaining in their deck. We haven't seen it yet. Alright, I guess I take the towers. I meant to do this draw step. This is bad. I was just like resigned to probably being dead. Oh, we exiled 1 without realizing it. Never mind. They have Worldbreaker, Fort Not Seer. Yeah. We make a crab, go to 11, cast it, and then if they ping the crab twice, they do not have lethal. So, basically dead, but not actually completely dead. Like, we go to 1, and we have to draw specifically Mission Briefing to kill the Ballista. Otherwise, they can kill us in their upkeep. Obviously, neither of those things are great for us. But we're technically not dead. Upkeeps are OP. Ooh. We're not dead. We go to what? They can put us to 1. We have a chump blocker underneath the Shelldock that they have to shoot down. And then we need to draw a mission briefing so that we can cut the ballista. Opponent actually messed up by not sacking the relic because of that. Khan is legal and standard. Although, is it sealed RPTQ next time? Yeah, it's a standard one. So you can in fact Khan people. Alright, game 3. That was a bit awkward. Be right back, brewing a Tron deck in standard, the dream. Well, not seers are so annoying, but I think I'm just gonna stick to this plan, regardless. Really hard to have, like, bridges or whatever in against the Nature's Gleam deck anyway. Alright, we're on the play. Mill spell into surgical. The dream. It is very easy to cast Khan turn 4 in standard, Dokamoy. So easy to assemble Tron in standard. Can we keep this? I really want to keep this. This could be a very miserable loss, but Seth Manfield would keep this. Wow. Wow, Prometheus. Alright. Alright, crossing my fingers. They only have 8 things in their deck that search. But we can also just draw a black source. So obviously if they ever search though, we get them. Hope they aren't ghosting, indeed. Indeed. Alright, we have powerful magicians. This is classic Never Mulligan, it really is. It really is. This is classic exclamation mark lucky. What? What is this garbage? Mill the mine? Eye roll. So wrecked. Jeez. Alright, they're not ghosting. We need to find ourselves a power plant in the top 26. It was a trap. Hey. Very nice, very nice. Let's take a look at this here hand. Oh, they don't have any Fort Nazis in hand. That's good news for us. Stirrings, Khan, Stone, Mine. We don't have any ways to rebuy this in the deck, but I'm also a deeply scared person, so I'm going to exile it anyway. They have 2 Fort Knots and a Ballista to kill us with, basically. Oh yeah, we can screen cap, that's true. I'm lazy, though. I guess screen cap would have taken less time. Alright, mill you again. We have milled 1 Fort Knot Seer. That seems good for us. They're also down to like 12 cards, also relevant. Oh, they've Con Stone Mind Stirrings. I guess none of those matter. I might just extirpate the Fort Knot Seer. I'm pretty tempted just to extirpate this Fort Knot Seer. I think that's like, they have like a Fort Knot Seer and a Ballista left in there. Oh no, they only have 1 Fort Knot Seer to win the game with. Yeah, we just take this. And now they can't kill us. It was even in their hand. So they have an Emrakul and 2 Karns. They can literally, I guess they can cast, they literally can't cast the Emrakul. How much mana is this? Yeah, they can get to exactly 7 mana. Cool. So that means we want to surgical a land from their deck. How much does Emrakul cost them? Can we cut them off ever casting a threat for the rest of the game? So it's artifact, creature, planeswalker, land, sorcery, instants. They don't have a tribal and they don't have an enchantment. So we can cut them off ever casting a spell by exiling the remaining Urza's Tower. These are both pretty good. So I'm putting this into the graveyard and drawing the crab, since it can like potentially kill them. Don't think it matters too much. They can't they like physically cannot win the game anymore. Orb is not that amazing if the opponent can never cast spells. Yeah, none of these cards matter. Now we just get to F6 for the rest of the game. We literally cannot lose if we do that. Let them spin their wheels. No! 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 I went to all the work of removing my stops. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, we are 3-1 with Mill. Gonna F6. I remembered Dwesby, I remembered. Oh my god. It does produce some very odd games, Shop. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The literally do not have enough mana producing lands in your deck to cast your threat anymore game is a wild one. It's too bad Ashiok isn't good enough. I wish Ashiok was good enough. I love Ashiok. I can see Ashiok as like a sideboard card against control decks, but I don't know. How's it been going? Mill's been going okay. We're currently 3-1 in this league. Crossing my fingers for another 4-1. Yeah, same K. I have a folder of a bunch of like old cards I have like sentimental attachment to. My Ashioks are in there, alongside like a bunch of my other cards from that standard season. Alright, I will go first. I am going to keep this hand that is very awkward because of the Shelldock Isle. I guess I'm still just going to Inquisition them on one. If I draw a land, this is really good. Otherwise, I just want to have it interacted. White Ashiok. I used to play blue-black control back during Karn Standard. And, just 100% taking the Bob. The other two cards don't do anything. And, I didn't always have Ashioks in my list, but probably for like the last 6 to 9 months of that standard format, I had them in my lists. I won 2 PPTQs with blue-black control with Ashiok in. Like my first ever and third ever PPTQ wins were with Ashiok. It was great. I had a really silly game where, I guess I take the mission briefing. Where I resolved my Ashiok on 3 against Abzan, missed my 4th land drop, and cast Hero's Downfall on the subsequent 4 turns, whilst continuing to miss my 4th land drop for the subsequent 4 turns to enable Ashiok Ultimate. It was just like, this is kind of foolish. Just like a little bit foolish. Yeah, Hero's Downfall is the MVP for sure. I'm a fan of Hero's Downfall. I guess I just want to glimpse them. Kind of want to cast my Orb so that he gets trophied at some point, but whatever. I guess this looks embarrassing if we draw another Orb and they cast something, then we feel really silly. That's a fair point. Can't F6. Alright, I'll just cast this. If it gets trophied, I'm actually happy about that. Because it means, like, I can cast my spells more easily. So I don't really care about clearing the way with a Brutality. Yeah, this is good. Now get an island and suddenly like my deck's a lot more castable. I'm even like working towards just hard casting trap now. Mill is I think Mill's like, I think Mill is more reasonable than it has any right to be. Whether that means it's good or not, I'm unsure, but I have been surprisingly pleased with the deck. You get a bunch of free wins, which is like a big part of the value. Like, it's so good against Tron, it's so good against KCI. Alright, so we get to Mill 26, and then we have mission briefing for the final one. Yeah, there's a lot of meta decks at the moment that just can't beat it. It's really weird. The meta game is just very strange at the moment, with like KCI being high on top. I mean, it's actually a slight favorite against Spirits too, which is weird. Like, it feels like it shouldn't be, but we've beaten Spirits a lot more than we've lost to it. I think we're actually like 4-0 against Spirits on stream. I think that's like overperforming by a lot. Like, you shouldn't be doing that well on average in the matchup, but I also don't think it's that weird either. Like, they just don't have that much of a clock against you. We're 3-1 currently, Milkman, with the deck, so it's going pretty well. Looks like we're pretty favored in this game too, which is nice. I say as we put opponent to 10 cards in library. Ooh, Alright, let's take a look at this hand. See if they have a trophy. Which they probably do, looking at what's in their yard. They do. Trophy. Play the bridge. They have one more trophy left in this deck, so they can answer this bridge, but still buys us time, potentially. That is a Tarmogoyf. A mighty beast. This just gets Field of Ruined. I guess I wait on it. I guess. Yeah, if we wait for briefing or trap, we can then like use the Field of Ruin to get them to search. Exactly. That's what I thought, Holman. Thanks, King. Appreciate it. Alright. How do we want to board? This match is a bit weird. We definitely want to take out the surgicals. For sure. Fatal Push is great. I suspect Bridge is pretty good. I kind of suspect this stuff is pretty good. And I think Brutality is not the best. It does kill Bob, which is like a scary magic card, but Echoing Truth is amazing. What do you like so much about Echoing Truth? It's like pretty good against Liliana of the Veil, I guess. It's not always gonna line up though. I think I'm gonna run it like this. That sounds fine. Alright. Just run out my Shelldock. Get my mana online. Crab and Archive Trap. That sounds amazing. Decent chance it just gets Field of Ruined, but whatever. Not the end of the world. Bob. No! That's like the best card. Jeez. Best card in their deck. Alright. Well, crack this Delta for Watery Grave. I don't really want to use up the other Ancestral. Maybe it's correct too, though. I think we're just going to die to this Bob. Because Bob is the best card in Golgari, and I will continue to maintain that. No matter how much other people wish to argue against it. There isn't a land in the yard yet for the Tarmogoyf. I guess I'm just not meant to crack my Delta. Golgari's so good. This is just like Modo telling me to play Golgari. This right here. It's exactly what it's telling me. It felt pretty good for me, honestly, Gabroff. I was pretty happy with the matchup. Dark Confidant is a real big issue if it survives. The discard can make your opening hand like really bad. Just like tear it apart. Obviously, they're very good at clocking you. Liliana of the Veil is like pretty strong too. I found the matchup pretty easy from the Golgari side. You wonder if they're on my list. No, they have a tracker in it. I guess it could be my list. They could be on the list of mine that got published. I should have paid more attention when I was milling them. I'm now kind of curious. Because the list of mine that got published had 2 trackers. Right, that's a lot of damage. Pretty awkward. Yeah, we're gonna double trap. For sure. Then we can untap Vision's Crypt Incursion. Alright, mission briefing. They could have a surgical hair, they don't. Awesome. So this goes to the yard. Do I want the Mesmeric Orb? Kind of. Honestly, might be a bit slow. Maybe. I put them to 22. I kind of just want a mill 10. Yeah, I don't have time for Orb. I agree, I think. I think I just need like a mill 10 here. Oh, are they dead? I think they're dead. That was a good one. That was a strong draw for the turn 4 kill. Right. Trap here. Oh, they could have a trophy. No, trophy doesn't work. If they had trophy, they have to do it before you resolve the first archive trap, right? If they trophied before the first archive trap, they would have stopped this. But nice. They're not on my list because they have 3 collective brutalities. Mine only had 2 in the 75. Oh, this is an honorable way to go down. I respect that. I respect that a ton. Jeez. You love the insulting clue from the field. It's great. Another 4-1. We've been 4-1ing like a bunch today. Schley and Watery Grave. I don't know if this covers the cost of the chest. I'll open another one. That's like my usual line on this. I'm happy to keep opening them as long as they're covering their cost. So yeah, this isn't even close. Alas. Alas. I love this deck. This deck feels like really close to good enough. What are we now? We're like 15 and 5. 16 and 8. We're 16 and 8 with the deck, so we're like 66% win rate. How am I finding the latest streaming? I actually prefer it, Temperance. I like it. I think I'm gonna, even once the works outside stop, continue doing it at this time. I can see like mixing it up a bit, but like having like an early stream or 2 each week. But I've actually been enjoying the later streaming, and my viewership's been a lot better for it too, like much higher audience numbers. Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand that, Daniel. I don't know, like I found the bridge real awkward. I don't think it's what the deck wants. I think sweepers are pretty nice though. I've been happy with the languishers. I've also not. I think I'm favored against spirits, and I think against. I've only played the humans matchup once. It felt pretty close. but their draws were not great, so... Yeah, this schedule is great for US viewers, exactly. Yeah, I like Fulminator for a bunch of reasons. One is that it's just, like, important against the big mana decks. The other is, though, it's, like, really flexible. You can bring it in so many weird places just to, like, make up the numbers. Like, I even bring it in against Burn, where it's, like, not a good card, but it's better than something in your main deck and can still randomly win you games. Yeah, that's the other thing, Temperance, for sure. I get, like, a lot of viewers in the evening who can't watch during work. Alright, I've been streaming a lot later in the evenings normally recently, like 10 or 11. I think I'm actually gonna call this a night because where I've been partnered, I need to go commission some emotes and get all that sorted, and that's gonna take a fair amount of time. So I think I'm gonna get all that sorted tonight so we can get the new emotes as soon as possible because I'm really excited about them. The emotes to win